Salam, dear children. Today, I have another story to share with you about our very special Imam, Imam Mahdi. He loves you more than all the stars in the sky, so much more than you can imagine. And even though you can't see him, he's always by your side, watching over you and praying for you every single day. Now, a long, long time ago, in the beautiful city of Qom in Iran, there lived a very special man called Ahmad ibn Ishaq. Now, Ahmad ibn Ishaq was a Shia. He was a very good man who always followed what Allah has told us to do, and because of this, he was one of the closest friends of Imam Hassan al-Askari, our 11th Imam. Now, you remember, children, the secret birth of Imam Mahdi? Nobody knew about it except some very few close friends, one of whom was Ahmad himself. Well, it was 3 years later, and the news of the birth of the Imam was slowly starting to spread. The Shias of the Imam were curious to know if the news was true. And so one evening, as the sun was setting and the air grew cooler, a few of the Shias gathered in the house of Ahmad. They had to be very secretive, of course, because the evil king's spies were hiding everywhere. They too were curious about Imam Mahdi, you know. Now, once they were safely inside, the Shias asked him,
O Ahmad ibn Ishaq, O the one who is close to our dear Imam Hassan al-Askari, who is the next Imam after Imam Hassan al-Askari? Is it true? The most awaited one, the Mahdi, is born?
Ahmad was not sure what to say. He didn't know if it was finally time to reveal the secret that he had kept for 3 years. He decided to go and see Imam Hassan al-Askari and see the young Imam for himself. As the night set in, Ahmad began his secret journey to the city of Samarra. The bright full moon smiled down upon him. It seemed like the moon too wanted to join Ahmad in his visit to the beloved Imam. Now, Samarra was very, very far from Qom. There were no cars or buses or aeroplanes in those days. His journey was long and difficult and full of threat and danger. So Ahmad asked Allah for help, and so he didn't feel even the least bit scared. He was so excited to see the little Imam, only 3 years old now, the Mahdi, the Baqiyatullah. Each one of Ahmad's steps came faster than the last. His heart was so deeply longing to meet the Imam that he didn't even want to take any breaks to rest. Finally, one morning, after many, many days of travel, as the light of the morning sun illuminated the city, Ahmad found himself near the house of Imam Hassan al-Askari. With eyes full of tears, he gazed at the front door, wondering how he could get past the guards surrounding the house. As if everything was planned, he looked up to see the smiling face of a guard. The guard was actually one of the close friends of Imam, but the king didn't know about that. The guard secretly let him inside the house. Imam Hassan al-Askari was waiting for him right there, as if he knew about his coming from long before. Imam Hassan al-Askari stretched out his arms, and Ahmad ran to the Imam, hugged him with tears of joy and relief falling from his eyes like raindrops. He had missed his Imam so much and was so happy to be with him once again. After the salams, Ahmad and the Imam sat down. Ahmad could not help but look around the house for the young child. His heart sank with sorrow when he saw no sign of the child, no toys, no sounds of childish giggles, no cries. As if Imam could read his thoughts, he said,
O Ahmad, from the beginning of creation to the day of Qiyamah, there will always be a prophet or an Imam. Allah will never leave the people without a guide.
Then he stood up and went into another room, coming out with a young boy on his shoulders, whose face was shining like the full moon. Ahmed stood up. His eyes went wide and his hands started shaking with awe as he saw the beautiful little boy gazing at him. Is it he? Is he the Mahdi? He whispered. Imam nodded. Setting his son on the ground, with quick strides, Ahmed crossed the room to the little boy. He kneeled down in front of him, first kissing the child's hands and then his forehead. The child let out the most beautiful laugh, hugging Ahmed. All of a sudden, the room felt like it was full of a million little twinkling lights. As both Imam Hassan al-Askari and the little child, or Imam Mahdi, laughed joyfully. Then Imam Hassan al-Askari's voice echoed,
His name is the name of the Prophet.
Wow, his name was Muhammad too? Ahmed thought to himself. Imam Hassan al-Askari continued speaking.
This child is the one who, like the sun, shall push away the dark clouds of injustice. He will fill the world with peace and happiness.
Now Ahmed knew that soon he would have to leave or the guards would start getting suspicious. Just the thought of this filled his heart with sadness. He wished he could stay here forever. But before he had to leave, he had only one wish. He wanted to hear the little child's beautiful voice. The child softly spoke.
I am the last and the final Imam chosen by Allah. I am Baqiyatullah.
All of Ahmed's questions had been answered. His heart felt at peace. Once again, Ahmed was full of awe as he looked at the magnificent face of the young child, making sure to remember every small detail. Just then there was a knock at the door. Time was up. Ahmed had to leave, and with a heavy heart he said Khuda Hafiz to the Imam and his young son. As he made his way back to Qom, Ahmed took small, thoughtful steps. He was in no rush to go far away from the Imam, and as he reached the gate of the city of Samarra, he turned around and took one last look at the Imam's house off in the distance. He could not help but wonder how Imam Hassan al-Askari had kept the birth of his son a secret. The guards were always going in and out of the house. How did they not notice the child? It had been 3 whole years. Ahmed smiled to himself as he realized that Allah had protected the young child up till now and kept him safe and will continue to do so. Ahmed knew that he couldn't tell anyone this secret until it was safe. He promised Allah that he would never tell anyone, even if they destroyed his house or even if they killed him. His heart full of determination, Ahmed turned back towards Qom and started the long journey home. As he walked, his face suddenly broke out into a huge smile. His heart was full of joy. He touched his eyes and thought to himself, what an honor! I'm the luckiest man in the whole world. I got to see the Baqiyatullah with these eyes right here. I got to see the one that Allah has saved for the greatest mission. How lucky I am. He was lucky, wasn't he? So children, let's pray all together for our Imam to come as quickly as possible. Allahumma ajjil li waliyika al-faraj, and that we can be of his special friends and helpers. وَجَعَلْنَا مِنْ خَيْرِ أَعْوَانِهِ وَأَنصَارِهِ Insha'Allah.
Baba, we're the kids!